What's up, beautiful people? In this video, I'm gonna show you the sad side of what not covering your plants during a winter storm will do and will bring. So let's get to it, y'all. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Ricky Jones here. You're back again for yet another wonderful video. As you can see, I am not in my usual garden giddy up, but nonetheless, I am here because I wanted to show y'all, like I said, what the cons are, right? What the cons are if you did not cover your plants during the cold storms, which we had probably about a week or so, maybe a week and a half worth of cold weather here in sunny Florida, oddly enough. But here is one of the effects, and I'm showing you this largely because when people do say cover your plants and cover your things, they do really mean it, and it is for your benefit. However, if you were like others, right, I'm not gonna say like me, because this was intentional, and largely because a lot of the things I really didn't want. Nonetheless, this is intentional to show you all the negative side or the cons of not doing and following the advice that people are giving, as opposed to covering your plants. Or even, last but not least, before I show you all, I know y'all but lastly, it is to show you all how knowing your zone goes a long way. I, of course, am in 9B, I believe, 9B or 9A. Nonetheless, the zone that I'm in is very sunny, right? I'm in sunny Florida, so it is what it is. However, others are in cooler climates, and so the cooler climated areas have different growing season, growing zones, and different pros and cons that you have to pay attention to, as opposed to the weather and how greenhouses, grow houses, having hoop houses and things like that can go a long way even in colder climates, which I've seen different people, especially in Michigan. Shouts out to my Michigan gardeners that watch the channel. But nonetheless, I see that you all are even doing greenhouses to extend your growing season or even prolong the time in which that you have to grow in your garden. So shouts out to you all. Now, again, it's time to show you all the negative effects. So let's go ahead and look at it now. All right, so I'm gonna start out here with my bougainvilleas. These have totally dilapidated. They are beyond dead, but I obviously left them here just to see if, I don't know, I have hope. Your boy have hope in the midst of crises. And so if you do remember, I planted the bougainvilleas there so that they would climb along my fence area, along with my jasmine, which my jasmine is faring very well. It turned out to grow, in which I have my jasmine growing up, trellising along the fence area, so that is still doing its thing. I'm so very happy for the luscious jasmine. But let's go now and look at some other things that just didn't make it. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, here is a warm weather plant, my corn, which was starting to grow oh so well. This is my I think it was peaches and cream corn. It was growing so well, had the tassels and all those bad boys growing and doing its thing, which there are some green elements, so I don't know, maybe it will bounce back. And that's the fun thing about gardening and planting yourself. You get to do things and watch things and learn from things. But nonetheless, I was having some corn grow right here. It was growing in here. It is nice and thick still for now. We'll see how it all pans out and shape. So obviously I should have covered the corn. The corn should have been covered. Side note, the broccoli is growing in very great. But nonetheless, here is some other corn that obviously did not make it at all. I probably can pull that up and start growing something else in this area because the corn did not make it. Also, I had some basil and some jalapeno peppers. Peppers, one of the main things that you wanted to cover during the cold storm because they are warm weather crops. The peppers and the basil did not make it, which I'm mad that the basil didn't make it. I'm thankful that I do have seeds. However, yeah, I have to try again. And even with this here sage, I had pineapple sage that was growing and even going to seed. Man, I wonder if there's some seeds still in here. However, I should have covered these. We should have covered these. And what you want to do if you are growing pineapple sage is make sure it stays warm. Whatever you are growing it in, whatever the apparatus is, make sure it stays warm. So pineapple sage, basil, jalapeno peppers, corn so far, and bougainvilleas need to stay warm. Obviously, you all are catching the trend. the tomatoes did not make it as well. Womp, 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 womp. Now, I'm not so mad about the things that I did lose, largely because my family and I, we really weren't eating them. However, here is a Roma tomato that is still growing. And here's one that has fallen that I could probably pick up and eat in the house. We're going to see what it all tastes like still. But the here tomato plant did not make it. And so, obviously, pepper plants is something that you want to keep warm, which even people were surprised that I was able to grow tomatoes, even though it was like December and January. They're like, whoa, how are you growing tomatoes? Well, in Florida, we really don't have cold weather. However, it did get very cold and I lost them, right? So now I feel the effects of living in colder climates, even though it was for like a week and a half. It does not take long to freeze out and inevitably kill your plants, right? So make sure you cover them. I easily, right, because I was even thinking about ways and things that I could do. I could have easily put some tarp along my here hoop house situation. Well, it's not a hoop house. It's a bird net cover to keep the birds and the squirrels and things out. But nonetheless, I could have easily put a tarp on top and things like that. I could have protected it, but like I said, I was thinking ahead of, you know, different content for you all, but also too knowing that my family, we don't eat this. We don't. So I'm gonna probably do some cucumbers trellising or some loofah plants trellising here. So there is a plan for the spring. However, we know what we need to do next time, right? And let me show you my other one. This tomato plant just looks totally dilapidated, far worse than the one over in the other raised bed area. And so, you know, this is the effect of not doing it the proper way, which is to cover these bad boys, okay? So peppers needs to be covered no matter what pepper it is. I had a bell pepper, didn't make it. Well, let me just show you. But we saw the jalapeno pepper, we saw the tomatoes, and now let me show you the bell pepper. Here's the bell pepper. I had the purple bell pepper that was growing here. It was looking nice and strong prior to the cold storm, but that bad boy had to go. And I don't know if you all remember the planting the tomato video that I recently did, but I had 3 tomatoes here, and now this is the only remnants of the tomato plant, which is obviously good as nothing. And so here's my other black Korean tomato plant that did not do a thing. It did not make it. I easily could have covered it using the here cage, and probably I thought about covering it, but it was honestly Florida, it was too cold. But I was thinking about covering this one just using the cage itself to do a video for that. Obviously I did not get out here to make it, and nor did the tomato plant make it. So womp womp womp. Lesson learned: cover your peppered plants. And last but not least, and let me say this, guys, if it's first time viewing my videos, usually my videos are very uplifting, informative, and fun. However, I did want to show you the dark side, or the other side of having a garden and not tending to your garden as it is advised and suggested by people who do this thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where we are. And last but not least, I have a loofah plant. My loofah plant was growing along the trellis, which it was doing its thing. However, now it's gone. It's good, it's gone, it's brittle, it's cracking, it's gone, okay? And so now that gives me space and opportunity, I will say, to grow things on the trellis, because the loofah actually wasn't doing as I expected it to. Therefore, in losing the loofah plant, I did get the opportunity, or I do have the opportunity now to grow something else. So definitely let me know in the comment section below, what do you think I should grow along the trellis? What do you think is very trellisable and may look good and everything like that? Because now I have space where the bougainvilleas were, where the corn was, where the here basil and the jalapeno peppers and the tomatoes and all those good things. I have space and opportunity. So let us know in the comment section below. Obviously, I'm gonna do a lot of kale. I have a lot of kale that I need to repot into other pots and things like that, but there's space and opportunity. So with that being said, great people, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Make sure you take care and tend for your plants, because they will show the effects of your neglect, okay? And that's what you all saw in this particular video. You know, hey, you got to make light in the midst of hard times, and that was my spin on it. But with that being said, great people, keep gardening, keep growing. It'll lead to a healthy lifestyle, healthy body, and longevity of life, right? It's very important to know where your food comes from. And yeah, so why not grow it yourself? And if you have any questions about how to garden, how to start your gardening, what to do when you're gardening, how to lay out your garden, know that you can go down below to www.gardenwithmellc.com, and you'll find me, yours truly, that will help you and lead you along the way. So until next time, great people, have a great week. And yeah, there's some exciting videos coming this week, so make sure you stay tuned. Till then, love you all. I appreciate you all. Peace.